आज मैले के पढेँ आज मैले chapter 8 of assurance and information system, which is types of management information system पढेँ. So before getting into the chapter, let's learn the definition of some key terms, which is first मा छ system. Systems भनेको चाहिँ they are a set of interrelated components working together to achieve an objective or a purpose or to fulfill a purpose. And then we have got business system. Business system भनेको people, machines, अनि methods organized in order to perform a certain function or activity. And then we have got information system. Information system भनेको all systems and procedures for the collection, storage, processing, and reporting of information. And then we have got information technology. Information technology भनेको चाहिँ same as information system, but it's the equipment used for collecting, storing, processing, and distribution of information. And then we have got information management. Information management भनेको चाहिँ the planning of the control and use of information we got from the information system for better decision making or any other use. And then we have got components of system. First one we have got input. Input is the raw data from whether internal within the business or external outside the business. And then we have got processing. Processing is the conversion of data into useful information. And then we have got output. Output is the processed information used for better decision making. And then system boundary and system environment. So यसको लागि चाहिँ एउटा example हैन. Imagine a system is a shop. The boundaries of the shop is the walls of the shop, and it can control everything within its boundary. So same for the system. System ले आफ्नो boundary र आफ्नो capability भित्र सबै चीज त्यसले control गर्नु पाउँछ. But the environment means the area where the shop is. The shop can only control everything inside the walls, but cannot control anything outside the walls. But the environment or the area the shop is in can affect the shop. So what that means is a system can control everything within its boundary and capability, but the external environment, the system cannot control the external environment, but the external environment is one of the factors that can influence the system. And then we have got transaction processing system. Transaction processing system भनेको चाहिँ it's like automation. It processes daily day-to-day operations which are just repetitive. अनि yeah, that's it. It's processing the day-to-day information like transaction, maintaining payroll, scheduling, and stuff. And then we have got management information system. Management information system is the system that collects internal data and converts them into useful information for the planning, controlling, and directive of the company. अनि यसले चाहिँ better decision making to run the company and operates its daily day-to-day operation हेर्छ. And then it reports यसको रिपोर्ट्सहरु चाहिँ regularly provide हुन्छ to keep monitoring the internal control or internal environment. And then data from TPS, यसको data चाहिँ transaction processing system बाट collect हुन्छ. And then we have got limited analytical capability. अब के हो भन्दाखेरि management information system ले provide गर्ने reportsहरु चाहिँ they are not analytical. They only say what happened, के भयो मात्र भन्छ. They don't find out why something happened. They only say what happened. It's very bland. And then relatively inflexible. They are very inflexible. उनीहरुबाट केही useful information or conclusion निकाल्न मिल्दैन. They just say what happened. It's not very analytical. अब त्यो हेर्ने मान्छेलाई नि it's not flexible. It's just a fixed information. And as an internal focus of management information system ले provide गर्ने summary or reports say it's just for internal use. It's not for external use. And then we have got other information management system. So यसमा चाहिँ we have a list. So first मा चाहिँ executive support system. Executive support system is that management information system that collects and processes internal data for the use of top level management or board of directors, those ones who are in strategic decision making position हैन. सो यसले चाहिँ के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि बिजनेसको इन्फर्मेसनहरू प्रोसेस र they make it useful for the top level management to make unstructured decision or strategic decision or vision based decision. अब सो ओके अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड डिसिजन भनेको चाहिँ एकदम आउट अफ द ब्लू डिसिजन भनौँ न हैन, जहाँ चाहिँ एकदम हेभी जजमेन्ट युज हुन्छ. एन्ड देन वी हेभ गट सेमी स्ट्रक्चर भनेको चाहिँ एन्ड देन वी हेभ गट स्ट्रक्चर भनेको चाहिँ एकदम रुटिन डेली के अरे रेपिटेटिभ डिसिजन भयो. अनि सेमी स्ट्रक्चर चाहिँ इट्स लाइक हाफ रेपिटेटिभ हाफ जजमेन्टल, इट्स बोथ काइन्ड अफ बोथ. एन्ड देन त्यही हो एक्जिक्युटिभ सपोर्ट सिस्टमले चाहिँ यस्तो इन्फर्मेसन प्रोभाइड गर्छ फर द युज अफ टप लेभल म्यानेजमेन्ट टु मेक अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड अर स्ट्रेटेजिक डिसिजन. एन्ड देन वी हेभ गट डिसिजन सपोर्ट सिस्टम. यसले चाहिँ मिड लेभल म्यानेजर्सहरूलाई अर म्यानेजर्सहरूलाई सेमी स्ट्रक्चर्ड डिसिजन लिनलाई इन्फर्मेसन प्रोभाइड गर्छ. एन्ड देन वी हेभ गट एक्सपर्ट सिस्टम भनेको चाहिँ it's that system that has this it's made up of the knowledge and rules and certain rules given by the experts. अनि यसले चाहिँ अब एक्सपर्ट डिसिजन्सहरू पाउनुलाई अर के अरे मिलाउनलाई हेल्प गर्छ. फर इक्जाम्पल अब लिगल एडभाइस, ब्याङ्क लोन कसलाई दिने नदिने अनि त्यस्तोहरू हैन, एकदम प्रोफेसनलहरूले अर एक्सपर्टहरूले दिने डिसिजन. यसलाई इफ यु प्रोभाइड द नलेज अनि सर्टेन रुल्स, इट क्यान रेप्लिकेट अर स्टिमुलेट सम कुनै हदसम्म त्यतिको लाइक इट क्यान प्रड्युस त्यस्तो एडभाइसहरू. एन्ड देन वी हेभ गट नलेज वर्क सिस्टम KWS. नलेज वर्क सिस्टम इज अ सिस्टम द्याट हेल्प्स इन द क्रिएसन थ्रु रिसर्चहरू एन्ड इन्टिग्रेसन, मतलब अब त्यो creation of new knowledge and integration of that knowledge in the work. अब नयाँ रिसर्चहरू क्रिएट गर्नु नि हेल्प गर्यो अनि त्यो रिसर्चहरूलाई अब डेली अपरेसन्सहरूमा युज गर्नु नि हेल्प गर्ने. एन्ड देन वी हेभ गट अफिस अटोमेसन सिस्टम. इट्स लाइक द TPS. इट अटोमेट्स डे टु डे अफिस को रेपिटेटिभ टास्क्सहरूलाई अटोमेट गर्छ. एन्ड देन वी हेभ गट एन्टरप्राइज रिसोर्स प्लानिङ सिस्टम. यसले चाहिँ एज आई मेन्सन इन द पास्ट भिडियो अफ governance, no, governance, finance, where finance department has to be working or coexisting with other departments, and they have to be integrating their operations to ensure efficiency. So enterprise resource planning system is a system that integrates all the departments of an organization like HR, finance, marketing, and every department. And then we have got customer relationship management system. This is a management system that maintains customer relationship by recording and storing customer information for personalized advertisement, personalized offers, and overall maintaining the relationship between the customer and the organization. And then we have got control of management information system. First one, control. So what is control? Controls are the policies and procedures set to ensure the effective achievement of management's objective. And then what is policy? Policies are the set out rules and regulations that determine what to do and what not to do. And then procedures are the step-by-step process to implement this is the guide to implement the policies. So these are like the substantive law and procedural law. law को के अरे chapter law को subject मा भएको जस्तो. And then we have got purpose. The purpose of control of management information system is to minimize business risk and then ensure efficiency and compliance with law. Then we have got limitations of internal controls. First one, we have got human errors. Humans can make mistakes in applying the internal controls. So that's one of the limitations of internal controls. And then collision. So collision चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि अब in a company there will be two types of employee. One who is supposed to carry out the day-to-day operations, and one who is supposed to hold that person accountable for what they did. So imagine there's a treasurer and a manager who's the boss of this treasurer, and he is supposed to make this guy accountable. But उनीहरू दुवैजना मिलेर के अरे they do corruption, then त्यसमा त्यतिखेर चाहिँ कोलिजन हुन्छ होइन, उनीहरू दुवैजना मिलेर पैसा खान्छ, एन्ड देयर विल बी इन्टरनल कन्ट्रोल्स त्यहाँ लिमिटेड हुन्छ. when two people when two people collab to override the internal controls, then internal controls cannot do anything in that situation. And then we have got unusual transactions भनेको चाहिँ so like अस्ति भर्खर त्यत्रो हुँदाखेरि when we were supposed to make the interim government, there was no provision for the interim government in the latest constitution of Nepal. So internal control policies ma पनि त्यस्तै हुन्छ. There might be non-existence policy for the अब अहिले केही भइरहेछ अरे, and then there is no policies to deal with it. अनि त्यही हो, when policies, internal control policies cannot imagine what might happen, and that happens, that results in unusual transaction. And then we have got small company issues. Small companies ma manager ko role ni एकजनाले गरेर हुन्छ, and then that same person is in the role of treasurer, so it's easy for him to evade the internal control policies and misuse the company's resources, and they have small company issues. And then we have got components of internal control. First one, we have got control environment. Control environment is the management's attitude and awareness toward internal environment. Seriously, and then we have got risk assessment process. Risk assessment process is the process of dealing with risk, the process of identifying, evaluating, and then eliminating or reducing risk. That's risk assessment process. And then we have got information system and communication. It's the process of just collecting, storing, processing, and reporting useful information. And then we have got control activities. These are the corrective activities if anyone is going against the policies or procedures. Control activities like correction garcha. And then we have got monitoring. Monitoring overseeing if the internal control processes or policies are being followed or not. And then we have got audit committee. Audit committee is a subcommittee of the board, and it must have minimum 3 or more members, and it must be chaired by a non-executive director, and an audit committee must be formed. It's compulsory for public companies as per the Income Tax Act 2063, section 165. And then we have got internal controls. There are 2 categories of internal controls: general IT controls and information processing controls. General IT controls, it's just the controls that ensure the protection of the computers, the users, and the programs. And information processing control is the controls that ensure the accuracy and validity of the information that is being processed. And then we have got monitoring controls. Monitoring controls भनेको चाहिँ यही माथिको दुईटा कन्ट्रोल्सहरु efficiently र effectively operate भइराछ कि छैन हेर्छ. It's usually done by the audit committee. अनि if it's a small company, they usually hire external assurance audit firms हरूलाई भन्छ. And then we have got risk management and control of IT. First, my information security. Information security is the process of protection of data from unauthorized modification and disclosure and destruction of personal or company's information. And then we have got risk of data. Risk of data like risks, human errors, natural disasters, spying, and hacking. And then we have got ensuring security, so prevention, detection, deterrence, recovery, correction, and threat of avoidance. So first one, prevention. Prevention is the it's like caution, eh? So it's like avoiding something or avoiding the risk of information breach. That's prevention. And then we have got detection. If information breach or misuse of information happens, it's so छिटो छिटो पत्ता लगाउनलाई नै लाइक इन्फर्मेसन ब्रिच has happened भनेर पत्ता लगाउन नै डिटेक्सन हो. एन्ड देन डिटरेन्स, इट्स सेटिङ अप पनिसमेन्ट्स or discouraging people from misusing information. And then we have got recovery, creating backups in case the system crashes and the operations must continue. And we have got correction भनेको चाहिँ if there is any vulnerabilities, by doing penetration testing we can check and if there exists any vulnerabilities and fix those vulnerabilities. And then we have got threat avoidance. If we find any vulnerabilities while doing penetration testing, we must update or change the systems. And then we have got qualities of secure system, and it's ASIANA भनेको for A for availability, and C for confidentiality, I for integrity, A for authenticity, and for non-repudiation, and A for authorization. So availability भने if information or system must be only accessible to those with authority, and confidentiality भने system should be restricted by all the people, random people or unauthorized people. Integrity भनेको data must not be altered and it must be accurate and correct. Authenticity भनेको the data must come from an reliable source or a genuine source or trustable source. Non-repudiation भनेको चाहिँ अब imagine a person has signed a digital deal and later he says like I haven't signed it, मैले त गरेको छैन भन्यो भने अब त्यस्तो हुनु भएन हैन. There must be proofs and stuffs to prove that he did it, and he should not be able to deny it. त्यसले गर्दा secure system prove हुन्छ. And then we have got authentication. Only accountable people can alter or edit the data within the system. And then we have got physical access control. यो भनेको चाहिँ the protection of the physical databases or hardware by security guards, door locks, disaster proof buildings and stuff. And then we have got system security and integrity controls. Input controls, make sure the data we input in the system is accurate and correct. Processing control, make sure the data is being processed in the correct manner and by using correct methods. And then output control, make sure that report produced after processing of data, the reports are accurate with no errors and it reaches the right user or the right person. And backup controls, maintaining backups of the information in case of any crash or disaster. And then we have got new systems and technology risk. First, obsolescence risk. Obsolescence risk when new technology comes, our current technology will be outdated. That's obsolescence risk. Inexplicability risk, नयाँ सिस्टमलाई अपरेट गर्न नआउने हुन सक्छ मान्छेहरुलाई, लाइक एआई हरु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड गर्नु नसक्ने क्षमताको स्टाफ्सहरु हुन सक्छ. प्राइभेसी एन्ड डाटा प्रोटेक्सन, with new technology integrated with AI, we have a risk of information breach or data breach. Authorization, automation risk, we have a risk of too much dependency on computers and automation, which may lead to staffs losing their skills. And then we have got ethical risk. System may cause ethical problems like AI integrated system or ethics or follow नगर्न सक्छ. They might use information for wrong purposes. And then we have got system development risk. This means when implementing and installing new technology or systems, there might be bugs, data issues, and then conversion issues. And that's it for this chapter, and that's it for this video. Thank you very much.